Alright, so let's go on, create some more numbers. Let's start with the 12, the 9, the 6 and the 3 here. So we're doing the same process. This is kind of boring work, but yeah, it's necessary to finish this up. So just watch me doing this. Again, there's nothing new. So, go to the text tool. The settings are still the same. Let's enter 12. Go in and say, okay, select that 12, center the pivot. Let's rotate that guy -90 again in X, so you know how the workflow is going on here. And let's bring this to the center of this point here. Again, holding down V, middle mouse over that vertex there. And then let's scale that guy down to the same value of 1.174. And let's bring this guy into its position right on top of that 12 from that background image, somewhere about here. I mean, there you can really see that this font is not, yeah, it's not perfect, but I don't really care. So now with that 12 created, let's create the number 9. Go to create, go to text, type in 9. And say apply. And again, so let's center the pivot. Let's rotate that guy -90 and X. And let's scale that down 0.174 and move this guy into the center here. And then go to the top view and bring this guy somewhere in the position of that 12, so it matches up. Okay, so now we take the pivot of that number 9, hit D, move the pivot in Z, and then while holding down D, hold down V and middle mouse over that vertex, and let's rotate that guy 90 degrees in Y. Not 900, 990, so there you go. And now let's create the number 6. Yeah, what we could do is we could duplicate the number 9, hit Control D, and rotate that 180 degrees. So I mean, this looks like a 6, but yeah, if we compare the 6 here with the number 9 just rotated, yeah, it looks almost the same, but there is one little difference. So with the number 9 selected, go to that. I think all we need to do is, oops, I don't want to select all those vertices. What we could do is let's select those words here, and then with those vertices selected, we could go in and scale it. But before we scale that, so you hit R and then hit D to move the scale pivot, move it somewhere about here, and then we scale that in so that it looks a little bit closer to the original 6. I know it's kind of dirty way to do this, but in the end, yeah, if you're looking very close, you will see this. But yeah, just for the sake of speed here for the modeling tutorial, I mean, you could go in and create the number 6 and do the same process as we did before here. But yeah, for now, let's leave it like it is, quick and dirty. I like quick and dirty, so alright. Let's go in and create the number 3. That's the last number that we're missing here on this part. Okay, go to create, go to text, type in 3, hit apply, and again, select that guy, center the pivot, rotate that guy -90 degrees in X, scale that guy in 0.174. and move this guy into its position like that, and again bring it to the same spot, or almost the same spot as the first number that we created here, number 12, and then take the pivot, hit D, move it a little bit in Z, and then with the D key selected, hit V, middle mouse over that little point here, and then we have to rotate this guy in Y, negative 90 degrees this time. And there you go. So now we have the 4 numbers of this part. So let's select all of those numbers, hit Ctrl G to group, and let's bring the group pivot to the center of that. So I centered the pivot of that group, and let me take a look. So I want the pivot exactly in the center of that piece here, and that's probably what it did already for me. So to check that, yeah, go to the perspective view, and I don't trust Maya for this one, so hit the D key and then V over that vertex here, D and V in there. So now I'm pretty sure that it's in the center here, and now I want to bring this also in the center of the numbers as we did with the other numbers before. So hit D and V and hover over one of those vertices here. Oops, okay. So hit D, move it first a little bit in Y, and then hit V and middle mouse here. So now we have the pivot on the same spot as the older numbers. So from the side view, let's move this down in Y, and then check out our other numbers here. Hit V and middle mouse over one of those vertices here, and there you go. So now it's on the same level as our other numbers. Okay, so now yeah, it's the same process here for this part, but we first can also copy those little boxes over. The boxes are on a little bit different spots, but that shouldn't be a big deal to fix. So let's go in and select those little boxes that we created in an earlier video. Select all of those, and yeah, I got them all. So hit Ctrl G to group those, and then let's say okay, hit Ctrl. First of all, before we copy or duplicate those, let's say we want to center the pivot of that group. Okay, so with that group selected, center the pivot, and make sure that the pivot is exactly in the center. So if you only hit center pivot from that group, it brings it to somewhere about here. So let's fix that by holding down D, move it in Z, and then hit V and middle mouse over that vertex. So now we have it in the center that we want. So now let's duplicate this, hit Ctrl D, take that group and bring it first in Z. So move that group in Z, and then hover over that vertex here, hit the V and middle mouse. So now it's on exact the same level as this vertex. And now let's bring this in X with the same method. So move it in X a little bit, and then hit V, hover over that vertex, middle mouse. So now we have that done. What we need to do is yeah, take this one here, this box here, and delete that. And then we take this box here and rotate that 30 degrees so that it fits here. So that's 240 degrees from here on. And we do the same with this guy here, and we rotate that guy in Y to, what should it be, 120 degrees. Okay, so there you go. We get our little boxes, or this little tiny things here in the right spot. Okay, so now I'm thinking about pausing this video. You already know how to create those numbers and bring those boxes over. So in between I will finish the boxes and the numbers for the last part here, and then I'll be back in the next video.